advocate for seniors here in Forsyth, probably outside of this building and inside this building. And a real legacy to Jackie's work is inside that window there is what we call our Sunshine Room, Sunshine Club room. And that's a program that Jackie started it's an Alzheimer's respite program in which families can bring family members who have Alzheimer's. They can drop them off for 4 or 5 hours. They get wonderful programs in there. And then the family member can actually have a little break themselves. So hopefully one day we're really working hard at expanding that program, which would be a wonderful continuation of Jackie's work. And at this point, I'm going to hand this off to Annelle Jones, who's the regent of the Chesapeake chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution.
Thank you. Welcome to this day of love, honor, respect, and remembrance for Jackie Collins. Jackie would love something like this. She loved the simple, and she loved nature. When trying to think of words to say about Jackie and her devotion and dedication to the Daughters of the American Revolution, I kept coming back to an afternoon that I spent with her when she was in the hospital. I had gone to the doctor myself in the Northside Complex, and I knew she was in the hospital. I was a new member to Daughters of the American Revolution, and I didn't know her very well, but my heartstrings were tugging. I thought, I need to go see her. She was my new regent. I need to go see her. I went to her room. She wasn't in her bed. She was pacing. Around and around the bed, she was pacing. She started talking about DAR. She started talking about me and pulling information out about me. Where did I go to school? What did I do for a living? What talents did I have? Where did I study? What did I do when I was working? And all this time I didn't know it, but she was setting me up. She was going to put her newest member to work for her Chestatee River chapter. Before we were through talking, we had a newsletter. Even though I hadn't done such a thing in decades, I mean decades, and had limited use of my left hand, she had talked me into doing a newsletter. She could talk anybody into anything when she wanted to. If something needed to be done, she was going to see that it was going to be done. And she's still up there saying, there's work to be done. As if on cue, when our conversation ended, her telephone rang. She had still been pacing this whole time, around and around the bed. She never sat down. She never sat down on the bed. She never sat down in a chair. She was pacing. The call was a personal call from her doctor. This time, the news was good. I heard her say, okay, thank you. Thank you, doctor. Now, I don't know the intricacies of her cancer treatment and how it all turned out, but this day the news was good. I don't know if it was a reprieve or if it was a misunderstanding, but this day the news was good. said, and now you don't know how important this phone call was. My doctor was telling me I don't have cancer. And we know that later that she did. But what I do know, that this woman was waiting for a phone call that involved life and death. And what was she doing? She didn't tell me that. She had DAR on her mind. She needed a newsletter. She needed somebody to publish that newsletter. And while she was waiting on that important phone call, she talked to me and talked me into doing that newsletter for her. That's what Jackie Collins stood for. That's the way she handled things. She's up there saying now, there's things to be done for your country. Let's remember her by doing things for our country. Let this tree help us remember that we have things to be done. Let's do these things for Jackie. Is there anyone in the family or anyone in DAR that would like to say something? That would like to come up and say something about Jackie?
Proud member of Chestatee River Chapter DAR. Jackie pushed everybody to do the best that they could for DAR in any way they could. When she found out that I had gone to one of our members' grandson's second grade to do a program on flag etiquette, she started talking to me about, you know, you ought to do that for more schools. And I said, well, the only reason I did this one was because our friend said, you can talk, Sue. And so I've been talking ever since. And thanks to a gift that was due to Jackie's friendship with someone else, our chapter has been able to provide funds for me to go on talking about flag etiquette and flag history. And I'm up to almost 4,000 second graders in the past 7 years, giving them a half-hour program on flag etiquette and flag history, and passing out DAR flag codes to those students and to adults on Memorial Day, Veterans Day. We've done another 4,000 with the adults. And it's all because Jackie said, Sue, you can talk. Keep it up. And one of the last things that I remember her doing with DAR was a DAR workshop in the summertime. And she was wheelchair bound at that time, but she went to that workshop. And she grabbed my hand and said, are you still doing the flag program? And I said, yes, Jackie. And she said, all right. She was a good gal, and I'll never forget her. And as we drive by to go to our home, I will see this tree. And that's the best living memorial that we could possibly give her, because it will show everybody for a long time our love and respect for this great lady. Thank you.
DAR, at the senior center, our family, all of the things that were so important to Mama. And we just appreciate y'all being here with us to celebrate her and her life of service. And most of her grandchildren are on board, as you see. There's one who I won't claim, but anyway. But we do appreciate it, because if you're here, it means that you were important to our mother, and you were important to something she believed in. And we really appreciate you all being here. Came out right. Jordan, you want to go on the other side? Come on. Ready? Let's pull it out. Come on. Come on.
You know, his mama said he was a little bit. And he had the girlfriend, Jenny, as he called her. And she was different from him, too. She ran off here and there. But they'd meet up and be together for a little while, and then they'd separate again. So one of the times they met up, they were sitting on his porch. His mama died, and he was sitting on the porch with Jenny. And he was telling her about this beautiful, beautiful sunset that he had seen when he had done all of his running. Y'all remember how he ran. And she said, "Oh, Forrest, I wish I'd have been there with you." And he said, "Jenny, you were. Jackie, you are. You're with us today, with your children, your grandchildren, and your friends. Today and forever." Let's bow our heads for just a second. And thank God for Jackie. Thank God for Jackie's memories. Father, thank you for the loving memories of Jackie Collins. Thank you for the gift of service that you gave Jackie. Father, we ask that you will instill in us that servant spirit that you gave Jackie, so we can serve others as we serve you. In Jesus' precious name, I pray. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
This does conclude our ceremony. We have some extra refreshments over here.